across America, incredibly talented artisans are making things the old-fashioned way, by hand. This special 1-hour Handcrafted America features artisans who make products for everybody who loves the great outdoors. In Jasper, Georgia, a canoe maker creates floating art.
It's just sort of become a life's passion.
A bike maker in Worcester, Ohio, throws customization into a whole new gear.
He's able to make a cyclist's dream come true.
This Spokane fisherman/woodworker has learned how to net both passions.
You don't play around.
No, we don't mess around.
A Santa Cruz surfboard maker creates beauty from, well, unusual materials.
And this is wood from John Steinbeck's bathroom, I believe.
In Riviera Beach, Florida, this woodworker is hitting the target.
And it has to be the best.
Outdoor Mecca, Portland, Oregon is the perfect place to find truly original backpacks.
We're always innovating here.
In Felton, California, this man has chosen the path less traveled by making custom handcrafted hiking boots.
They find that they can hike further.
These artisans make the great outdoors even greater. Not a bad day's work. It's hard to imagine anything better than this. The fresh air, trees, the waterfall. This is what makes the great outdoors magical. In this 1-hour special, we showcase artisans who create items that make the most of everything Mother Nature has to offer. Whether you're a hiker, biker, surfer, or fisherman, there are so many ways to get out and enjoy nature. And here's another way. Couple things about this handmade canoe. First off, it's obvious, it's gorgeous. Secondly, the craftsmanship is extraordinary. This canoe is made entirely of precisely cut strips of wood, all held together by glue. No nails, no staples. No kidding. In the small town of Jasper, Georgia, it's not hard to find a tranquil place to get away from it all. And one local artisan's handmade canoes take full advantage of this area's plentiful waterways. Lifelong woodworker Carly Abner creates one-of-a-kind wooden canoes.
Part of the construction that I enjoy the most, I think, is thinking about how I want it to look. I spend a lot of time thinking about that even when I'm not working on them.
The boards for the hull of the boats are attached using glue, not the traditional staples. And from custom inlays to inspirational quotes, they truly are floating pieces of art.
With me, it became sort of a passion to try to see how I could put them together and how we could make each one of them so unique. And it's sort of taken off from there. I fell in love with woodworking probably at an early age, around 10 or 12, working with my dad. It's just sort of become a life's passion.
Carly and his wife Shirley have run First Mountain Woodcraft for almost 50 years. Carly made his first canoe about 10 years ago, and he knew he had found his niche.
Oh, gosh, it's so beautiful. What is it about a canoe that you love so much?
We get to build them and watch all of the pieces of wood come together, and then when someone gets in and paddles it off, it's really cool to watch them paddle it.
So there's no staples in this?
There's no staples in it. The only metal in this boat is this metal that holds down the seat onto the cleats into the hull.
I cannot wait to see how you make this thing.
Every canoe begins by cutting the wood for the hull of the boat into 1/4-inch strips on a table saw. For this process, Carly uses Western red cedar.
The biggest reason that we use Western red cedar keeps the weight down, but still gives you a strong boat. I'm gonna guide it for you.
Right.
Okay, you push. Doing good.
This is a long piece of wood.
You've done this before.
God, it's like it's never ending. There it is.
Once cut, you can see why he uses the red cedar. It's strong, flexible, and very lightweight. In order to glue all these boards together without staples, Carly needs to carve out a tongue and groove along the edges with a router.
We're going to put a bead on one side, and we're going to turn it over and put a cove on the other. The reason for this is because the boat naturally has a curvature. It allows these two pieces to set together in the bead and the cove when we glue them together.
Oh, so it can...
And they can actually bend a little bit without messing up the joint.
That's the cove. And that's the bead.
Next, all those cut strips are glued around a mold that has a bow, stern, and stations to create the shape of the boat. Once the entire boat is glued together, it's simply taken off the mold and completed.
We'll start off by the front. All we're going to do right now is just put a nice bead of glue all the way down through the cove. So now you see why important the cove is too, because it also serves as a bit of a trough to hold the glue. First thing we're going to do is attach that strip to the inner stem. That's the piece here that stays on the inside of the boat.
The red cedar is attached and clamped. Then a dowel rod is placed on top of the strip of wood.
And what does a dowel rod do?
The dowel rod simply protects the edges so that when we start clamping, we're not clamping on these fragile edges of the piece.
Okay.
Long clamps secure the dowel rod and strip on one end of the boat. But in the middle, where the boat curves, bungee cords are looped around tightly to hold the wood in place.
You're the wrapper, I'll hook.
I'm the wrapper, all right.
You got it?
Yeah. How tight do I go?
As tight as you can get it. All right,
So now I go...
Keep right on going.
Okay.
As long as till we run out of bungee cord. There we go. Nice job.
Whew!
And after all that, we have exactly one strip on one side of the boat glued on.
Carly, I'm just saying, that took a long time. It'd be a lot easier if we just used a staple gun.
No staples.
No staples.
I think Carly is the tree whisperer.
So if you select the right piece of wood and let it sort of speak to you, it will accent the piece beside it.
In Jasper, Georgia, artisan Carly Abner handcrafts wooden canoes into watertight works of art, using only wood and glue. The process is tedious, precise, and time-consuming. One boat takes about 3 months to make.
Do you name these boats?
We name them. Each one of them has got its own name based on its length and pattern. And we name all of our boats after North Georgia streams, rivers, or Cherokee Indian words, which is pretty cool.
Cherokee Indian?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a little bit of that in me.
This is the Cherokee 165. It's 16.5 feet long. It's named after Cherokees.
So far, Carly has shown me how he cuts the red cedar wood for the boat and attaches it to his station mold. Now it's time to create the inlay pattern that sets Carly's canoes apart.
Our accent strips in this case is mahogany, and we're going to sort of create a chevron pattern with alternating mahogany and cedar.
These small pieces that Carly cuts on a diagonal make a big impact.
We're going to glue into the cove, glue the ends, and glue the bottom. And we're going to slide it right in.
Oh, the key there is you slide it in.
Slide it in. Lift this piece up and slide it right into place.
And so you're gonna go all the way down.
We're going to go down to about that mold right there, I think.
All right.
Some of Carly's canoes are decorated with inspirational quotes. Carly uses a router to engrave the words, then fills the cavity with a contrasting color epoxy. Once all the decorations are in place, the boat gets a good sanding. An epoxy of resin and hardener seals the boat and brings out the wood's natural grain. This is a very important step because Carly doesn't use stain.
Part of it's a practical reason, but part of it I like the wood to look its natural color. So if you select the right piece of wood and let it sort of speak to you, it will accent the piece beside it.
Carly's canoes aren't complete without a cane seat, and after he builds a frame out of ash wood, it's time to add the cane.
The goal here is to try to get this seat to look like this pattern, so the octagonal shape pattern inside. We're using 1/8 inch canes. We got some soaking in the pot.
You soak them so you can bend them.
So they bend and they won't
like
break.
leave.
So we'll start in this hole.
With all this detail, it's easy to see why Carly's canoes cost anywhere from $3,000 to $12,000, depending on the size and complexity of the design.
How are we looking?
We're getting there. We're close.
The finished seat goes into the canoe, and for the first time in this entire process, a piece of metal is used in the construction of this boat.
All right, here we go, Jill. We got one last screw. All right.
Is that it?
That's it. We're ready to go.
And you know the best way to see if you've done a good job?
Float it.
Float it.
This is great. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, it's beautiful. What more could a girl ask for except for maybe
Some sunshine?
a little bit of sun? A little bit of sun. Carly's canoes are an awesome way to get from point A to point B if you have time and lots of water. But if you're landlocked, I've got just the thing. When I think of mountain biking, I think of trails to the mountains. But yet here I am in the middle of Ohio at this place called Vulture's Knob. How did I get here? Worcester, Ohio may be known as a college town, but I'm not here to talk about academics. I'm here to talk to a man who is a legend in the bike making world. He pushes boundaries and, well, he doesn't play by the rules. Rody Walter, owner of Groovy Cycle Works, is a world-renowned bicycle maker.
One of my crafts is made for the individual and them alone. But I wanted to speak to them on a very intimate level. And hopefully that's what I achieve with each customer. You know, we all have our hobbies, and cycling was one that my wife and I shared very intimately. We spent our honeymoon riding through Vermont on a tandem. And she wasn't very happy about that because the bike we were on had no suspension. So every little bump transferred right back up through the bike into private areas that aren't meant to be punched like that. I did the literal napkin sketch and found a builder who was willing to work with me on designing a one-off custom bicycle. And I asked him, is there any way that you could take me on an apprenticeship and teach me how to do this? He said, can you work hard and keep your mouth shut? I said, I can do one of the two. And that began about a 2-year apprenticeship.
I want to know what it is that you look for in a person when you're building a bike.
Your personality and who you are really comes out in the finished work.
He's able to make a cyclist's dream come true before they can even verbalize what their dream is.
Okay.
Let's pretend that I was your customer. You're going to make a bike for me. What is the first step in the process?
We're going to start off with some measurements.
Okay.
And the first thing we're going to do is measure your overall height.
Okay.
Next, we're going to palpate down until we find your sternal notch, which is located right there. And we'll measure from your sternal notch down to the floor.
It's my sternal notch.
And so basically what we're doing is we're subtracting your head.
You're so specific.
Well, we need to be because you're specific.
That's right, I am. And complicated.
And
Let's not forget complicated.
Unlike a manufactured bicycle, which has to be made in specific set sizes, when you're crafting by hand for the individual, everybody's different. So I have to have a fixture that is incredibly variable. And I use the word fixture because it basically holds all the pieces, parts of the bike together until we can weld it, melt it all together, and have it come off in one piece.
And this one will do it.
And this one will do it.
All right, show me how. When we come back, I'm gonna take the grooviest ride of my life. Here I go! Are you still holding me? I heard that you won a very prestigious award.
I was awarded Best in Show at the North American Handbuilt Bicycle Show. I have a customer who came to me, and he is an avid surfer. So he wanted a bike that would be able to transport he and his boards. It had to be an old, retro style. So we incorporated wooden fenders and wooden rims that are reminiscent to those old Woody days. When you look at it, some people will say, well, you know what, that's overdone. But this was exactly my customer's vision.
If just that piece takes 6 hours to make, how many bikes do you make a year?
I try to focus on between 10 and 12 bikes a year.
With that kind of attention to detail, it makes total sense that Rody's bikes start at $6,000 and go up from there.
So I not only make the frame, but I make the fork that extend down to the front wheel. I make the cranks, which is the part that helps your legs propel the bicycle forward. I make the seat post that extends from this. I make the handlebars and stem together in one
Can I
piece.
just ask you what you don't make?
I don't.
Easier.
I don't make the tires. I don't do very well with rubber molding, so I don't make that. I try to use as many skill sets as I have to put into the final product, because I believe that the more that gets done here, the greater the probability that I'm going to meet the customer's vision. We'll fit the head tube in right up here. Nice and easy. Yep. See how it's getting tighter and tighter?
Yeah.
Our fixture's going to hold it in place. That's going to yield a very strong, accurate frame that's going to be easy to weld.
Rody welds all the tubes in the fixture to lock them together. Then we silver brace the bolts for every biker's best friend, the water bottle holder. Before we can paint, we have to prime. 8 hours later, after it dries, Rody applies his one-of-a-kind paint job, and voila, it's an orange Dreamsicle bicycle. Now that I can appreciate Rody's process, I can't wait to see if they're trail-worthy.
Okay, all right, so this is a little intimidating to me.
It's not easy. We're going to do it. You ready? I'm going to push you, and we're going to go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm doing it! Here I go! Are you still holding me? Oh, God. Ah!
When you're out on the river with a net as beautiful as this one, you won't have to fish for compliments. In eastern Washington, the Spokane Valley is an outdoorsman's paradise.
Usually this is where I'm away from everybody right here. This is my happy place.
So it's the perfect spot for Denny Carson.
I've always loved woodworking and fishing, mostly woodworking because it's such a challenge, and fishing, I think, because it gets me outside.
That combination led him to create striking and durable handmade fishing nets. Denny started the Bitterroot Net Company 8 years ago and takes great pleasure in his work.
Every net that I've made has a little piece of me in it, and I'm pretty proud that other people think that that's cool.
This feels good in my hand, you know, and people have got to tell you that about your nets.
Yeah.
What else do they
they
say
do.
about your nets?
I think they enjoy having something that also looks good when they take pictures of their fish. We do catch and release. So really the only proof, if you will, that you caught the fish is that you take a picture of it.
We're making a stream net today, Denny's signature net. Denny first creates the net's handle, but this is no ordinary handle.
I love burl and just kind of how the chatoyance shines. I've just always been attracted to that.
The what?
It's called chatoyance, where it kind of shimmers as you move it back and forth.
Yeah, it's almost like velvety
Isn't
kind of.
that amazing? This is a piece of buckeye burl. Buckeye burl is extremely porous. It grows underground, so we have to stabilize it.
Denny traces the handle and saws the wood to size. Then he stabilizes it with a process that looks a bit like a high school experiment.
We're going to submerge the handle in an acrylic fluid. We're going to weight it down so it stays down completely submerged.
A vacuum chamber pulls all the air out of the porous wood for 45 minutes.
All that foaming in there is all the air that's in that handle. We're going to go ahead and release the pressure now and let that wood soak that fluid in.
Denny wraps the handle in foil and heats it in an oven for 25 minutes at 200 degrees.
You can see the acrylic has kind of permeated through and hardened all over the whole thing. It's more dense now.
Yeah.
It won't expand and contract with moisture anymore.
Okay.
And it's much stronger.
Yeah.
Using a bandsaw, Denny cuts 5 strips of contrasting, bendable wood for the bow of the net.
This particular net we're going to do has curly maple on the outside, curly maple on the inside, and then the 3 strips in the middle are African sapele, and this is Bolivian red heart.
Oh, what is that little device?
So this is the roller that we're just going to use this to apply the glue and just kind of walk it down the strip.
We glue both sides of the strips and stack them.
So a little wood sandwich will turn into this.
The handle and bow strips are trimmed and sanded to fit into the handmade press.
This is a critical part of the process, right?
Very much so.
All right, so you show me how to do this.
We're going to put this and kind of center it here right at the top of the hoop.
Okay.
And then we're going to take this part of the press and literally just push it all the way down until it seats. There you go. Keep going.
Okay.
Nice. Keep going. Well done.
Denny glues the sides of the net to the handle and clamps it all together to dry for 3 to 4 hours.
Just kind of lift it straight up. There you go.
Denny sands all of the glue off of the bow and flush trims the handle. He then carefully shapes the strips on a router table to round the edges.
Now we're to one of the coolest parts of the whole build, and that's doing the inlays. And we put these into natural bark inclusions. There are spots that are going to have to be filled or removed anyway. They're weak wood. We've removed the knot out of there, and we're going to put the turquoise in there.
Why turquoise?
That blue just really looks good in most woods.
Denny applies glue to the turquoise and waits for it to dry. Then he sands it all flush with the handle's surface. Next, he drills holes around the circumference of the hoop, which he'll use later to lace on the net. He adds a rare earth magnet to the top of the net's hoop.
This is a really, really fun spot. Probably my favorite. Even though it looks pretty nice now.
It does.
When you put the finish on there, it just really opens it up.
Oh, look at the depth in there. There's so many different colors. And that turquoise just jumps
really pops,
right
doesn't
out.
it? Yeah, it does.
Denny applies 2 coats of tung oil sealant. Each application takes a day and a half to dry.
We're going to put a water-based polyurethane over the top of this. We do 5 coats with sanding in between of the polyurethane.
Wow, you don't play around.
No, we don't mess around.
Denny's Bitterroot nets start at $170 and take about a week to make. Finally, Denny laces a silicone rubber net bag onto the frame using nylon string. Kind of stretchy.
It is. It's made to be real pliable and real soft against the fish's skin.
Yeah.
So if we're going to catch and release, the last thing we want to do is, leave them in any worse shape than they were when we caught them.
Right.
After a long day of making fishing nets, time for this girl to get gone. Gone fishing, that is.
What does it take to make wood surfboards with this level of craftsmanship, skill, and a whole lot of patience?
It takes about a month to build one of these boards, so every step takes its time, and if you rush it, it's not going to turn out.
Surfing first appeared off the mainland coast when 2 Hawaiian princes surfed Santa Cruz, California. 200 years later, there's a surfboard maker living in the same city making boards from other woodworkers' scrap piles.
Santa Cruz is the original surf city on the continent. It has a long history of surfing on wooden boards.
Martijn is such an amazing craftsman. He doesn't overlook any detail.
What kinds of woods are best to use on a surfboard?
Anything that's trash.
Really?
Yes. For me, yes. The lifespan of wood is often so much longer than as it actually gets used. This is wood from John Steinbeck's bathroom, I believe. Steinbeck had his house in Pacific Grove, and through word of mouth, the people that were in charge of remodeling and updating the house heard what we were doing with our surfboards and with reclaimed wood, and they wanted to know if we'd be interested in using some of the lumber from John Steinbeck's house.
Every Ventana surfboard begins with a hand-built frame.
This is the rail piece. So this is what's going to complete the inside box. It allows something for the decks, the top and bottom deck, to adhere to. And it also isolates the whole inner structure from any damage that happens to the side.
Okay, that right there is the bottom of the board. Martijn cuts thin strips from multiple woods and glues them together.
It takes about a month to build one of these boards, so every step takes its time, and if you rush it, it's not going to turn out.
How much do you sell your boards for?
They start at about $5,000. So I prepared this yesterday, and now we're pretty much ready to glue it to the frame itself. We're going to lay this cloth out over the whole board, and then we're going to mix up a batch of glue, or resin, epoxy resin, and we're going to spread that out over this and saturate the whole piece of cloth.
This is fiberglass?
This is fiberglass. This is glass.
That's crazy.
It's really thin. Let's try to go everything in one direction, because that'll keep the fibers the happiest.
We want happy fibers.
Happy fibers are happy surfboards.
It's gonna be your motto.
Yeah. We've got all the glue spread out on here, and now we're gonna put it into the rocker table and bend it all together. And now I'll just gently lay it on there and line it up with all the glue lines. Good. Now I don't do anything with steam. I don't steam bend the wood or anything. I force everything down with weights and with clamps.
We've got everything clamped down now.
Yep.
Now what do we do?
Now we wait. So this will take about 6 hours to dry.
It's time to build the fin. Martijn uses pieces of scrap wood that he gets from area woodworkers. He cuts 1/4-inch blocks from some purple heartwood and pine. Then we glue them into a piece of redwood.
Now the next step is to cut it out to the outline, and then we'll sand it, or as we call it, foil it. The fins just get glassed on or glued on. The idea behind these fins is that they're virtually a breakaway fin. So they're glued on very light in case you hit the beach or you hit any rocks. The fin tends to just snap clean off of the bottom of the board rather than actually taking part of the board with it. That way I can replace the fin and don't have to worry about replacing the board.
I'm headed out on Martijn's beautiful board on a beautiful beach. Not a bad day's work. Surfers say riding the perfect wave is the ultimate adrenaline rush. And that may be true, but there's still a lot of different ways to have fun in the ocean. Imagine this, fishing underwater with one of these. In Riviera Beach, Florida, boats rule the water. But below the surface, one local artisan's handmade spear guns reign supreme. John Ippolito's art of perfecting accuracy in his Koa spear guns has revolutionized the sport.
The lines of the gun, how they're shaped, how they look, we're passionate about what leaves the shop, and it has to be the best.
11 years ago, John's wife bought him his first spear gun. He started using it on the fishing charters he ran and then quickly realized not only did he love the sport, but that he could build a better gun.
It's not accurate enough, it can be better, it can be better. So eventually I learned about enclosed tracks and bought a $100 router and built a table and just started building them in my shop.
So I want to know, what is it about them that makes it so accurate?
They're enclosed track guns. So the track is about 75% enclosed around the shaft. When it's enclosed track, it can only go straight out the gun.
From teak models to tiger or purple heartwoods, the quest for a better and more beautiful gun starts in this 4,000 square foot studio. Each plank of wood is planed to create a smooth surface and then cut to a 2-inch width on a table saw. All right, so right now we're gonna put some glue on these babies, right?
Absolutely, we use a special epoxy for these.
To maximize his time, John glues multiple guns during this stage. What kind of wood do you typically use?
Teak is the most favorable because it's the easiest to work with. It takes epoxy well, it glues well, it turns well, it machines well. Next, you're gonna wanna take them, and I'll do this out so I wanna show you. You're just flipping it like a sandwich. These are all matched, so they have to go with the one that is next to it. So this one would have to go here.
All right, and we have how long to work with this
About
epoxy?
25 minutes.
The teak wood gets stacked vertically to form the shape of the guns. Then the purple heartwood that will go on the outside of this gun is also rolled with epoxy. So there's 4 layers?
Yeah, we had a pre-made center layer that we did earlier, and this is 4 layers total. So the inside is balanced teak, and that's what stabilizes the gun, and then the outside is the thinner purple heart.
Petroleum-based plastic then goes in between the wood gun stacks to keep them from sticking to each other when they're clamped. Here you go, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. So what we have to do now is we use a specialized tool called the Larry's clamp. We bring them together, and Chris is gonna help me bring them together, and I'm gonna use the large clamps to bring them this way together. So one comes this way, one comes this way.
I don't think I've ever seen this now. Larry's clamp, right?
That's a very...
Yeah, not many people have seen it. It's a rare sighting of the Larry's clamp.
Yep. And you can see the epoxy squishes out. And that's what
a good sign, right?
You want squeeze out, yes.
By the way, who's Larry?
I don't know, but it makes a great clamp, I can tell you. When they dry, we take it apart and we carry them over to the hanging rack where they acclimate to their new environment. So we're introducing 2 different densities of wood. They all came from a solid tree. They're all different little bends and twists to them. We let them hang, let the air circulate around them for a month.
Okay. We got a long time to wait. We're just gonna sit here for a month. Do you cook?
I could try.
Okay, this is beautiful and interesting, But when do I get to shoot this baby?
Going for the big guy, right?
Yeah, go for the big guy.
In Riviera Beach, Florida, John Ippolito and his Kowa spear guns have taken accuracy in this industry to a whole new level. What's the catch? They enclose 75% of the spear track, creating a steadier and straighter shot. Teak and Purple Heart wood have been bonded together with epoxy and dried for a month. But now it's time to create their one-of-a-kind track for the shaft of the gun.
All right, fellas, this is not exactly the way I remember the wood. I don't remember this part of the process.
Yep, that's how we track the guns. We have a specialized machine that does it. It's a secret machine. Can't put it on camera.
Okay, all right, and what is this black stuff?
It's 5 different parts.
And it's another
secret.
This compound becomes the base of that enclosed track Kowa is known for.
And it makes it fast, it makes it slick, it makes it strong.
You keep filling until you see it fill all the way to the end.
The compound dries for a full 24 hours. Then, they route out a final path for the shaft in the dried compound.
So how important is the fit?
The fit is extremely important. If you cut it too small, the shaft is going to have abrasion on the way out and you lose a ton of speed. If it's too big, it's going to create variance in your shot.
A computer-controlled machine turns the plank into the roughed-out shape of a gun. Then John refines it and sands it until it's smooth. And then, the final coatings of epoxy.
Finally, time for assembly.
Yes.
And just for you, we did this nice, beautiful Purple Heart gun to put together.
That is so pretty. This is where John adds the components that make the gun work. He starts with the trigger mechanism. Next, the handle and all of its components are added and secured. The final addition is 2 power band tubes. These bands propel the shaft when the gun is shot.
This is why machining is so crucial. Everything has to be machined properly or this wouldn't go together as smooth as it does.
And what am I looking at here as far as price?
This is an entry-level gun. This ranges right around $5 1/4.
More expert models can cost up to $1,100. Finally, the handle is secured.
Second nature. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
The power bands are attached and the shaft is set in place.
This is a sample of what's underwater right now.
Okay.
It's 2-inch thick foam. It has to be able to take a hard shot.
And this goes where? To the first one?
To the first shark fin right there. You got the strength? You got the strength. Oh, she did it on her own.
Yeah!
And then number 2, a little bit harder. Yep. Yeah.
Got it! Thank you. Going for the big guy, right?
Yeah, go for the big guy.
Nailed it.
That's what I'm talking about. I was born to spearfish, people.
When you're hiking, it's important to stay hydrated, have a snack, and keep your sunscreen on. But who wants to carry all of this? That's where our next handcrafted baby comes into play. These beautiful bags are made here in Portland, Oregon, where love of the outdoors runs deep. They're created by the Martinez family.
Our hope is our bags will become family heirloom and will be passed down for future generations.
4 generations of leather making runs through their blood. Jose Martinez and his 3 sons own the Aurochs Leather Company. Jose's grandfather, Felipe, handcrafted baseball gloves and shoes for a baseball team he owned in Oaxaca, Mexico. Jose's father, Don Pepe, made footwear and handbags, and Jose joined the family business at the age of 8.
You made your first pair of shoes when you were 8 years old?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's a good experience for me.
What are the cultural influences in your work?
We're from Oaxaca, Mexico, so we have the traditional Mexican rustic look of all the products.
I love that
And
look.
then my dad got to travel to Japan and did a lot of leather work in Japan, where he was in charge of making a whole new design every day. He got a little used to with the simple designs that they have in Japan.
clean.
Simple, clean.
Jose wanted to blend Mexican, Japanese, and American influences into his designs.
We use 3 different kinds of leather. One of them's oil tan, it's water repellent. We use English bridle for a lot of our straps. It'll age really nice. It doesn't split, it just gets softer. And then we use Chromoxil, which is kind of our finer leather. It just gets a really nice patina over time with your own body oils.
Jose, what is the first step in making this bag?
Cutting canvas and leather.
Using a round tip knife and a paper template for guidance, Jose and Levi cut all of the leather by hand.
Why do you do it all by hand?
So we're always innovating here. We want to be able to not be locked into one design just by having a die.
Straight.
Yeah, perfect.
So we have the body of the bag right here. All right, and now we move on to what, Jose?
To stamp.
The vintage electric stamping machine uses heat and pressure to press the Aurochs label onto the shoulder strap and front of the backpack.
Look at that, beautiful.
Perfection! Next, Jose sews all of the pieces of the backpack together with this heavy-duty sewing machine.
I look around in your store and I see one thing that just sticks out to me other than the bags, the American flag.
Yes, we're very proud to have all the materials be American.
I want to use the American leather and American canvas and everything.
Are you proud to live here?
I'm proud, yeah.
We're proud to have you.
Now that the shape of the bag is complete, Jose's youngest son, Kevin, puts on the finishing touches.
First, I gotta check and do quality control. Check the threads, cut them out.
Once that's done, Kevin uses this post to carefully turn the bag inside out.
Makes it easier to just push it around, work it slowly, kind of like when you turn your socks inside out.
I see it.
And poke out the corners. You start seeing the shape.
That is such a beautiful bag.
And now it is ready to add the hardware that it needs.
Kevin adds beautiful copper rivets by hand. There are 2 versions of this bag, and they cost between $550 and $700. Kevin adds the leather pieces, which will hold the straps down.
With a good smack, and that sets it nice and flush with the rest of the leather. This will round the top and mushroom it out, setting the whole.
Oh, wow. So isn't there a machine that can do that?
Yes, there is a machine.
Can't do it as good as you can.
No, not
right?
as fast.
That's it?
Bag is complete.
We can see the bag. Look at the bag. This is so beautiful. I love this bag. How's
That
it look?
means we're done.
We're done! Great job.
Measuring and molding and cutting and shaping, this is one custom hiking boot.
It's incredibly gratifying to help people to walk with comfort.
Nothing ruins a good hike more than a turned ankle. The right hiking boot is critical. There's an artisan in California so dedicated to this belief that he custom makes each pair of hiking boots to be an exact fit. Felton, California is home to some of the most beautiful hiking trails in the country. It's also home to a man who has perfected the hiker's most important tool.
It's incredibly gratifying to help people to walk with comfort.
Kevin Leahy, owner of Leahy Custom Hiking Boots, has been studying the art of making shoes for more than 40 years. When he was a young boy, Kevin had problems with his feet.
But I'd always had foot problems and wore special shoes. I think on a certain level, I always wanted to fix my feet.
After many years of studying orthotics, he decided to open his own business handcrafting hiking boots. He's the only boot maker in the country making plaster cast of his customers' feet. This, of course, ensures the perfect fit.
They love them. They really do. They find that they can hike further, maybe take trips that they weren't able to do before. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is take imprints of the bottom of your feet. These are pressure sensitive, that shows where the pressure spots are.
Okay.
I hope I make a good impression. Next, Kevin measures 7 precise spots on my foot. Then he fits me with a fiberglass cast.
Well, we'll have an exact replica of your foot. We'll have your arch exactly as your arch is. And then we'll add some toe room and snug it up around the heel just so that it doesn't slip in the heel.
Kevin then creates plaster molds out of the fiberglass. This makes what is called a last, a perfect plaster replica of my foot.
What we're going to do now is vacuum form this foam and cork to make an arch support. This is a rubber bladder. It's going to vacuum form the foam and the cork to the shape of the bottom of the last. I'm going to take it out.
Okay.
And see what we've got.
Do all shoe makers have this contraption?
The good ones do.
The good ones do. Oh, cool. But we have to do some work to that, right?
Yeah, so we've got to flatten the bottom and then we've got to trim it down so that it fits inside a boot. This is the counter. This is one of the most important parts of the boot. Can't ever see it in shoes because it's in between the lining and the upper leather. This is what keeps the heel in place, but also reinforces the arch support. Now we need to make the leather upper that covers the boot.
Kevin uses 2 kinds of very supple German calf leather for his boots.
I make my patterns from scratch, so all of these curves are designed to fit the individual person.
Next, the leather is sewn together on a sewing machine specifically set up for shoemaking. Kevin has to sew 16 pieces of leather together for 1 pair of boots.
Okay, Jill, now we're going to put the counter inside the upper, and then we're going to stretch this floppy piece of leather into a boot. Getting it straight on there is the first thing.
Once the leather is stretched and glued, the boot needs to dry for 2 days.
Now we put the lace in.
The soles are glued on, and at last, the boots are finished. It takes Kevin a week to make a single pair of hiking boots. 1 pair costs $2,000.
So this is really the magic moment where we went from making the mold, making the inserts, making the arch supports, designing the uppers, sewing everything together, and now it's becoming a boot.
I see it, and it's beautiful. I was really just impressed with the quality of his boots. I mean, they're second to none.
There's nothing like being outside on a beautiful day with a warm sun on your face and a soft breeze. Makes you want to get outside and leave that hectic world behind and go and embrace nature. Well, that's exactly what these craftsmen have done.
Whether you're an exercise enthusiast, addicted to adrenaline, or just want to explore the unexplored, the work of these artisans helps maximize the great outdoors.
We're glad you all could join us on this handcrafted outdoor adventure. It definitely makes me want to go find a hiking trail. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.